guys, welcome back. We are doing a reading, you versus them. What the hell is it? It's a pillow. Oh, here's the broom. I was looking for this all day. All day, and it was right here hidden in plain sight. That has something to do with this. I know it does. It's been hidden in plain sight. Okay. Also, I didn't mean to turn it off, but somehow it happened. Put a shirt on, decided to do my hair, and then all of a sudden, my dad was like, put on black eyeshadow. I was like, no, I'm not trying to be caught. And I'm definitely not trying to do my makeup. I just wanted to look decent once, like I combed my hair once in a while. Okay, Leos, you versus them. We got two, actually. Angel of Love. Aww. The Angel of Love, Leos. And then them, the Thinking Man. The Angels of Love, of course, Leos. And then the World, but it's in reverse when it shouldn't be because all my cards were upright. There's one other one here that's reversed. Where is it? I lost it. But the World here, it should have been upright, but it's reversed. So maybe you guys have a cycle. There's a cycle that needs to be ended here. I can't even find the one that was in reverse. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, I think this is the only one in reverse. Yep. It's the only one in reverse. Okay. Like I said, the broom. Something about sweeping out old shit, cleaning out your closets, and then the World in reverse here. So I feel like you guys have maybe some unfinished business with someone, or they feel like you do. Let's see. Because a lot of times people could just be, the finished business is that they don't understand that it's done and over with, and you should just move the fuck on. But there are times where you do have unfinished business with people. I know there are people that I want absolutely nothing to do with, and I don't need your closure. I found my own closure. And then there are people that I would like for, to reach out, right? I would like for there to be an ending of the silence. But, yeah, just use your discernment. Okay. All right. Leos. Let's start with you, okay? Let's start with you. Okay, there's a lot of, cards that are flipping out and then going back in, and that happened with that one, too. So, I don't know if you guys are, flippy-flopping your energy right now. Okay. You guys got, loons. Yeah, you're somebody that commits. When you commit very deeply. You don't know how to half-ass it. You're either fully in or you're fully out. And that's what I meant. You don't know how to be either all the way on or I don't know how people do. Leos especially, I know Cancers and Leos. Cancers can actually do it a little bit more than Leos. Just depending on the what's around Cancers, right? But Leos, it's just you're fully on or you're fully off, right? But I do feel like when people are with you, they feel like it's a very uncommon bond. And the reason with that, and it's funny because of my do that came out, I wasn't trying to go goth. I dress however the fuck I want. I don't have a niche. I could do Pleasantville tomorrow and then I look goth the next day. And it is just whatever the fuck I feel like it, right? So I feel like for you guys are kind of the same. You are not the norm. You're not, copy and paste of what society is. I'm not trying to talk shit, but sometimes I'll go into Facebook and I'll just see a bunch of the same pictures of just a bunch of girls in jeans with tan boots and tan shirts and a coat and the hat that's in. And it's 12 girls with almost the same hair color. I honestly don't even think it was set up that way. That's just all how they were dressed. But I keep seeing that shit over and over and over, or holding coffee cups. There's nothing wrong with coffee cups, but you know what I mean. It's that norm, that you just don't fit in. There's just something about you that you're just not the norm, right? So when you have bonds with people, they're very uncommon, and I feel like with this person, you do or you're going to have a very uncommon bond, right? With the uprooted, yeah. Um, yeah, see, I think this is somebody you do know. I feel like you guys had a radical break from this person, but it's because there was still something. It's almost like you know when you come into contact and it's the connection is so high that you kind of just reverberate off each other and go back to your corners. And it's not like something awful happened, but it was still like there was still some shit that needed to be clearing out, right? I'm not talking about those shitty relationships that are on and off, and then you like um have those harsh lessons. No, that's not what I'm talking about. And this isn't what this is. This almost feels like that it was like that it's gonna be ignited if it hasn't already happened. Again, I'm speaking as if it's already happened, but this could be something that's gonna happen when you guys meet. It's almost like you guys got turned on like by your energy, and then you guys came and you guys might have even known each other, but that energy wasn't fully present yet, and you guys kind of just did that like a boom. And you guys were sent back to your own corners and saying like, look, this is what it could be. Finish growing the fuck up, right? Like finish what you need to finish, right? This is what you're working towards. And I feel like it was for both of you. And I feel like for both of you, it was in a level of opposite in whatever you guys are dealing with in your life, right? And then you have 33, yeah, mastering whatever it was that you needed to master before you guys came together. um I always say, if you do not go into relationship, you don't go into the grocery store hungry, right? And that's going to be the same thing with when you're going into a relationship. You don't go into a relationship hungry. You're not going to be needy. You're not going to be codependent. You're not going to require outside validation. You're not going to require somebody to take care of you financially. If they're like a millionaire and they make more than you, then great. But if you break up, then you still can take care of yourself. And I always go back to that movie where I saw it. I think it was like where they do all those dumb movies. I don't know. Of Lifetime. I don't know. I don't watch them, but it came on after a horror movie I had watched. And basically, long story short, like I could tell you the whole premise, but long story short, the wife had found out that she was the original mistress, and he left his original wife for her. And then like 10 years in, well, guess who's repeating the cycle, right? And when she found out, she was like, fuck no, he's not going to leave me with nothing. I've been nothing but a waitress before I met him. Like, she was his receptionist, right? She was like, I don't know how to do anything. And that is the whole point. That is why you do not hand your own sovereignty to anybody. I don't care who you are, man or masculine or feminine. You do not give your sovereignty away so that people can puppeteer you, and you have to rely on other people for anything, right? Nothing. If you don't have it, I'll come up with it, I'll figure it out, or I live without, right? That's it. That's what it is. Yeah, look, Catalyst. I hadn't even fully read the card. I just saw Bellows. Catalyst. You guys were, I feel like, not your beginning, not even your biggest, but you were like almost your final catalyst. Take it how it resonates. But with 33, 33 to me is a master number, and so not like, it's not a beginner. It's not even a middle. 33 is a master number. You're mastering something, right? Like 11, 22, 33. It's a master number. You can bring it down to a 6. But when you think of 33, at least when I think of 33, I think of a master. You're mastering something. And I feel like this was something that was meant for you to just master this energy on both ends. And you guys are doing that, and I think you guys are like basically at the tail end. Fanning the flames, infuse, breathe, kindle, spark, effort required, passion. Yeah, you guys, there's just needs to be a small spark, because I feel like there's so much passion here already, and there's going to be literally like, you just need that like tiny, when you're like freezing, you're just like, I just need that tiny spark. That's all you need, and it's going to go poof. That's all you need. That's all that's needed. And this is something that's going to, yeah, there was deep changes that needed to take place. There was makeovers that have happened on both ends. Um this was a forced change. I'm telling you. I don't know if this is for you Leos, but it's not for you, but there was forced change here. There needed to be the right time, the right opportunity. And when I said this in Cancer's reading too, but this energy feels different. Um, it's uprooted and it's a picture of a plant. I'll show you guys. It's a picture of a plant. And if you garden, which I do, I dabble, I love. If you guys know, whenever you pull a plant out of the dirt, it doesn't matter how gentle you are causing chaos and you are causing trauma to that plant, right? Because you are removing it. You have shocked its system. And so you are so that plant is, when you repot it, it actually it grows its roots deep because because it's been shocked and it has that fear, so it like grows the roots even deeper. I've seen people like on those stupid videos that will go to their plants and they'll just shake it and be like, "Girl, spur." I'm like, "Oh my god, you guys are horrible." Like, it's funny, but you guys are horrible. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of what needed to happen. You guys need to be shaken up, even if this isn't somebody that you know, but I do feel like this is somebody that you know. Clarifying them. Yeah, third person, another person involved. They could have still been involved or dealing with people that were not for their highest good. I don't feel forever I'm reading for. Let me not say that yet. I'm gonna go deeper and then we'll go into it. There was um another person involved. They were being influenced, and if you're still like I said, if you're still easily puppeteered or influenced, then you shouldn't be getting fucking involved in anybody's life, because people give you their trust and you're giving other people trust over their trust. That's not okay or acceptable. You need to have your own sovereignty of your own emotions and your own choices, so that whatever choice you make, and I just saw 222, you are making that choice. If you want to hurt them, fine, but that was your choice, not allowing other people to make that choice for you, right? Stranger, outside party, third wheel, rival, too many people. I feel like this person, I don't feel like there was cheating. Like I said, I'm not gonna fully go in there until I get it, but I feel that there was like people still surrounding that shouldn't be there, right? Especially if it's going to be a serious relationship, there was a need to cut off any extra curricular activities, right? Let's see what else. Let's keep going. The thinking man. Yeah, boomerang. What does the boomerang do? It boomerangs. This hairdo is making my forehead look big, and my forehead, and I don't have a big forehead, so it's kind of bugging me. But if you guys are like, "Damn, she has a big forehead," I don't. It's the hairdo, but whatever. Um, yeah, boomerang. This person is gonna come back, and again, 33. 33 again, they've mastered something. They understand the lesson, they understand the behaviors, they understand that maybe they were still also afraid of like fully jumping into a situation because this person has been through shit. But who hasn't been through shit, right? So they needed that last little kick to be like, "Yo, get your shit together or you don't get this," right? And so I feel like that's kind of what's happened. And it does say here the recovery of an item. They're recovering their health, they're recovering their money, they're recovering friendships, relationships, enthusiasm for life. I feel like this person almost became a serial dater, but not like a serial cheater. Almost like they were trying to find something that they couldn't find, and they didn't realize that it wasn't like in quantity, it was in quality. And then I feel like they found that in you guys, and they got so scared because they're like, "Oh my god, this person's gonna break me," and they ran. And like I said, I don't feel like you guys were fully in any kind of relationship. If anything, I think this was like a situation, maybe even a friendship. Honestly, people say you were right. Yeah, I feel like they knew too. They knew what they knew. the return of what's yours. And then with the crows, they're remembering you a lot. They think about you a lot. They think about your pictures. And with the crow, I think a lot about ancestry. And then when we were talking about 33, and I said we could make it, into a single number, which is 6. I'm getting 6 of Cups, which is soulmate, which is soul family, past lives for me, right? So I feel like you've had a past life with this person. They're remembering, though. They feel like you're very mysterious. They feel like you're very powerful, especially with the crow here. But in magical powers, not like maybe you lift. Do you even lift? I don't. I don't. A new event is gonna happen. This person is coming up with a clever way to try to get over this, because they do feel dumb about fumbling the ball. Because there was a fumbling of the ball here. And and they realize now, like, not that they didn't see your value. I think that they didn't see their behavior as what they were doing as hurtful, or them like making it seem like their actions just were not matching their words. But like I said, I don't feel like you guys were together. And this is an omen. This is saying that this is coming in soon. But they are observing you. This person needed to be released from the status quo. I feel like they still had a thought, or a when they were young, they had an image of what they wanted to life there to be. And remember how I was talking about how like all those people in that picture look the same, and it's like the same thing you see over. It's like and I kind of see it in this picture. It's like the same. There's 2 women in this picture, but they both look, their hair is the same. They look the same. There's nothing different. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know, okay? Like, I'm not going to say it because I know people will get offended. And then the crow is like black. So it's almost like, I'm telling you, there's something about the way I just got dressed, and all of a sudden I was in goth energy, and my daughter was like, Dad, black. I was like, you need to leave. Yeah, it's very much giving that status quo, outside of the status quo, like, oh, the 2.5 kids, whatever the fuck that means. I'm guessing that's a dog. The white picket fence. They're starting to realize that when they wanted that, it was when they were going through childhood trauma, and they wanted that because they were seeing that it was peaceful and safe over there when they weren't safe in their own lives, right? And so now that they've grown up and they see that they're safe and secure and they're grown ass men or women, they're seeing, I don't want that. And actually, I feel like that's what they had been trying to look for. That's what they've been dating and going after, and it just wasn't working. And it's because their soul was like, we don't want that anymore. You wanted that when you were like 8. You've grown. Look, birdcage, you guys. Clarifying, you guys. You guys were working on codependency. There was some possessiveness here, coming from still having self-esteem issues. Some of it was your own, but most of it was placed there by other people, places, and things. By like society as well, right? By your parents, by friends, by ex-partners, especially the worst ones, right? Controlled. Even when you were controlled, though, you were still singing your own song. You wouldn't let people quiet you. Even when you were going through bullshit where you didn't even realize that you were being controlled and quieted and shut up, you would still skip to your own motherfucking tune, because fuck them, and your soul knew better. Even though you didn't see it at the time when you were in relationships that weren't healthy for you and were very toxic. It makes me want to cry for you guys. But we're not going to cry. And this is exactly why I don't wear makeup when I do readings, because I tap into your energy and then I want to cry, and then I'm a Cancer stellium and I have Leo in my chart too, so like I know where that's a lot of passion and emotion. And no, you just want freedom. You want freedom. You want to be with someone and be able to have freedom. You don't want to be caged. You also don't want to be fed like a bird. You don't want the bare minimum. You don't want breadcrumbs. You want to be able to live your own life. And I feel this very strongly. This is very much my idea of how you should be. You should be your own two sovereign people coming into relationship. You should go on your own vacations, go do your own things. It doesn't mean that you guys don't like live your lives together. And I feel like the highest of relationships, you guys are always going to be very intermingled in a healthy way, right? But not in that codependent way. Not in the way of where like my insecurities come out and then start attacking you for no reason, and then vice versa, or my insecurities make you you know, I have to stand taller by cutting the heads off of other people, right? um and I feel like you guys were both kind of working out the opposite. Yeah, you guys were dealing with predators. Like they would see your value, but instead of like wanting to protect it and wanting to water that rose, they would actually I'm, I'm gonna just pull this one. They would trap you. They would try to trap you, and by doing that, well, how do you trap? You put them in a cage, and you make sure that they feel like they're not worthy of going after anything else. But you grew out of that, and that's what you needed to finish mastering. You got the two here, taking a gamble. You guys are gonna take a risk, and you guys are this is gonna play out. You're gonna win the lottery here. I don't mean the actual lottery. If you guys do, like, yeah, great. If you guys are in a city where you can gamble, I'm literally surrounded by states, and mine does not allow gambling. I'm like, fuck you guys. Yeah, you guys are gonna get like. You guys are gonna gamble, but you guys are not gonna be sure what's gonna come in. You guys are not gonna be sure what's gonna come in. This isn't something that's gonna come in right now. It does say at this time the situation isn't gonna change. Let's go deeper. I think because this person is still hasn't made the movements. It still hasn't finished clearing out their everything they had to clear out, right? This person, yeah, see, look, yoga, contemplation, deep breath, they're still going within. I feel like they're still hermiting, and they're still not ready to come out of hibernation. This person is taking just a little bit longer to cook, because they have a lot more inner child. Not that they have more inner child, they just haven't dealt with it as much as I feel like you have. I feel like you guys dove in, and I just saw 222, and I feel like this person, it took them getting triggered to go into that deep crevice that they didn't want to see. This person does need time alone. They're rebalancing their chakras, they're reflecting, they're needing rest, and they're needing to get well. Jeez. Oh my god, this is too many, but okay. Yeah, fish hook. This person feels powerless. They're feeling helpless. They're feeling trapped. Why? In what? Because of their money? Because they feel like they have bad luck? Because they're afraid that they're going to lose money. What? Optical illusion, not what it seems, mirage, trap, and clear visual effect. They're afraid that you're the trap. They're confused. They're confused. They feel like this is a sleight of hand. They feel like this is like hocus pocus. They feel like this is they're thinking through their predictive programming. Like they already know where this is going. They know where this is going to go, and they're not trusting themselves. Oh my god, it stinks. It smells like acetone. And I do feel like they're censoring themselves. They're trying to control them by censoring themselves by pretending like it doesn't exist, and the only thing it's doing is healing them more, honestly. It's just then taking them darker and darker into hell. They're suffocating here. They're feeling the constraints of their own thoughts and the way that they're thinking, and they're needing to rewrite history. They're needing to stop playing mind games and come in and change the narrative. Yeah, communication. They need to come in and communicate, and they want to come in and negotiate. This is somebody that's very chatty, debates, discuss, but this person is fighting. Yeah, I don't know. I think this person is not ready for whoever this is for you guys, Leo. Yeah, there's a lot of pride here, a lot of ego. They worry more about like um financial things. This is somebody that you guys are already dealing with. This is something that needs to be, honestly, this is somebody that's stuck in the past and they refuse to grow. So to be honest with you guys, I don't feel like this is a situation that needs to be brought up again. I feel like I think they fucked up, and they need somebody to make them feel better. But they are the ones that cause the pain, at least for the most part. And I feel like you've moved on. Yeah, you see clearly now. You see discernment, and you're moving forward. This is not something that you need to even see. Yeah, emptiness, no one's home. Moving on. Yep. Yeah, there's no need for you to get closure. I feel like you've gotten closure on your own. If you feel like you need closure, then if this person does reach out, then I would, if this person can't affect you emotionally, then I would definitely get closure. But yeah, people can't give you closure, unfortunately. You're gonna have to give yourself closure by understanding that you're not a victim, right? Understanding that, yeah, we make our choices and we didn't deserve that, and they were assholes for doing that shit. But unfortunately, sometimes we do sit in the pissed water knowing there's pee in there because of whatever reasons that we were still dealing with, right? We're all mad here. Everyone is a little different. Yeah, this person is very different from you though, but I feel like it's in a healthy version. I feel like you're in your healthy version of different and accepting, and I feel like this person is the opposite of that, of not accepting, and they're trying to force their they're trying to hide how different they are, and when people try to conceal who they really are, it makes them angry, and it makes them lash out at other people. So this is actually somebody that could have been not so great, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Leos, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.